story of Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited, an indigenous site characterization and construction company that has become a household name in Nigeria's energy sector. Today, we'll delve into their inspiring journey from a modest beginning to a formidable industry player celebrating 20 years of remarkable achievements. It all began in 2004 when Polaris Consulting Company Limited was born. Operating from a one-bedroom apartment, the company provided service services for oil field companies. Chigozie N.D. Dimba, the CEO and Managing Director, shares the inspiration and determination behind turning his vision into reality.
Polaris was conceived during my university days with my friend and my partner at that point in time, and we always thought through when we were taking a walk, having conversations, how we could add value to the world itself. And that struck a chord that for us to be able to add value, we must do something that people can reference to. And that was where the word Polaris came out. You know, Polaris itself is a northern star, very close to the North Pole, and that's where most surveyors take references to actually delineate or get positions on Earth. Fast forward, when I finished school, I started working in a Dutch company, of course, Fulbro Surveys Nigeria Limited, and something was happening that made us keep talking as Nigerians then. So the question was, how do we figure out to deliver the same job at the same pace, at the same quality? So what was challenging was the technology that we're going to use, the equipments that they had that we didn't have, and other resources and how to form a business and get a contract, you know. So there was a aggressive change of management in the company in 2003, and that was what left most of us to step out. So it was time for me to start thinking, how do I push forward and how do I get a company started? And that was how Polaris Consulting Company was birthed.
With a clear vision to serve both construction and engineering companies, they embarked on a journey of learning, partnership, and unwavering dedication.
When you start your business, you find out that there are a lot of things you know how to do, and a lot more things that you don't know how to do. So it was a situation where you need to figure out that the administration, the accounting, and the business development aspect of the business, all those aspects, that's as important as doing the job itself, right? So my typical day was very, very like a roller coaster. So you wake up in the morning, you send out emails to the clients, you prepare for the day, then get yourself to site, capture your field data, come back around 4 o'clock, start processing that data, write your report, and send out to the client. So the window within this day, you may need to do banking, you may need to go and do marketing, you may need to meet people that are either going to give you businesses, because people are going to call you. So we found out that it was very, very tricky for me. And that challenge was a challenge of capacity. By 2006, my partner had just finished school, finished her youth service, so she joined me in the business, you know. And that was a great point for me, and as he was able to relax me a lot, to resolve the administrative process, the documentation, and that really solved a lot of problems for us, you know. So I was now focused on the operational part of the business. So that was how the program was for us in the first few years of the business.
As Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited's reputation grew, so did their portfolio. By 2007, they had completed a major site characterization project for the early works at Brass LNG in Bayelsa, Niger Delta. Despite facing substantial financial losses, their commitment to professionalism and integrity remained unshaken. Today, this project stands as a testament to their resilience and dedication to excellence in service delivery.
I met the CEO of Polaris, Geosolutions, many years ago in the early 2000s, 2008, 2009, 2010. He was working for a company then, and I saw this young man, visionary, driven, and not just contained by the circumstances of what he was doing at that time, but was able to paint a picture of growing an organization that could make its mark at that time in the surveying business. We were starting out there with many projects, and we took a chance on this young man because there was so much energy and so much focus. And guess what? He delivered. Polaris delivered at that time, a young company where people within the group were saying, "Are we sure we can deliver?" And that energy and that drive has been consistent over time. Every time we encountered the company, it was always something new, something positive, expanding the scope, making a mark in industry, but above all, not painting the picture of, say, I'm a Nigerian company, therefore that means we have to go below the standards, manage it like that. It was always trying to deliver services world class.
I have known Polaris for the last 12 years, working with them in Konde Energy Limited, as well as Nest Oil, that is a pipeline construction company, and finally in Panocean and the New Cross Group. I can attest to them being a trustworthy company. I also know and can testify that they deliver good quality work. They're a great group of people to work with, maintaining a good work environment, and they have a good relationship with all stakeholders. And on the quality of work, they are excellent. They deliver good quality work. Polaris is a company that we need to encourage in the oil and gas industry for the future in terms of our indigenization drive.
It has been a pleasure meeting and working with Polaris. I recall the first project we did together was during the early stage of the field development of one of our assets. And I can commend Polaris for dedication, hard work, and paying attention to details, which has actually helped in the completion and successful execution of that project. The relationship has dated back so many years, and I think I can comment that the output that we got from Polaris has been truly commendable.
I've known Polaris for the past more than 10 years. They've been providing specialist services for us, geotechnical, geophysical, survey work. And they've developed and grown into doing additional services, laser scanning, and a few more. And we found them very professional and very diligent in what they do.
We've been in an ongoing relationship with Polaris, then known as Polaris Consulting Company Limited, since 2005. At that time, they actually worked as the survey company that did the aerial mapping and survey of a location of ours at the time, marginal field location located in Imo State, precisely the Walter Smith facility at PIGL. Since then, it's been a very, very professional, I must say, and warm relationship, working with the team at Polaris, the CEO, Chikoze Dimba, and the rest of his very young and dynamic team. In more recent times, we've gone beyond just the art of surveying, as a service they offer to us. They've more or less gone into other areas, including engineering, procurement, installation, construction projects, as well as fabrication, and quite a number of services in the facilities area that cut across the part of the value chain that we look at in our area of gas development projects.
I've had the privilege of knowing Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions for about roughly 2 decades. I'm sure as old as the company itself. Polaris has been what I would call a big stakeholder in the hydrographic private sector of Nigeria's economy, at least since I, got into the profession. Not only as what I'll call primus inter pares, which, first amongst equals for an indigenous company, but also a company that has grown over the years incremental capacity in indigenized staffing and also bringing global solutions to hydrography and offshore exploration. So I think it would be modest to say that this company, Polaris Integrated Geosolutions, is one of the success stories of Nigeria's attempts at local content delivery, both in the upstream oil and gas, midstream, and even, hydrographic industry.
The first field we worked on was the Neja field, where we developed the first well and started production. And then Polaris did the survey and the geophysical and geotechnical work as at then. Over the years, they have developed and demonstrated competence in their area of expertise.
Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited.
In 2014, Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited's trajectory changed dramatically with a turnkey contract from NPDC and Nest Oil to carry out the complete site characterization works for the OML 42 field, ODD, Jones Creek, and Baton Field. This project not only tested their capabilities in geodetic, geophysical, and geotechnical surveys, they also strengthened their ability to supervise pipeline construction. From stringing and trenching of the pipeline to supervising tally sheets, finally lowering the pipes and conducting the final as-built survey, this project opened doors to numerous relationships and solidified Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited's confidence in construction.
Our vision is to be the reference point in geospatial and engineering in the sub-Saharan Africa, to be the reference point. We started from the area of key competence, which is first of all to carry out mapping, topographic survey, and after 3-4 years, we're able to evolve to geotechnical investigation. We also built capacity in that area. And when we're able to resolve geotechnical survey and resolve topographic survey, it was easy to start looking at the next point, which is to build capacity in terms of equipment and in terms of capability of human resources to move into the offshore bit of that business. Now, what we're doing on land, we started replicating it in swamp, we started replicating it offshore. And then the barrier to entry offshore was very high. We already had the capacity, so it was easy for us to get the pie offshore. We moved on till we were able to start looking at dealing with all aspects of site characterization. We were looking at survey, geotechnical investigation, environmental impact assessment. So if you want to carry out a project, it's easy for you to come to us and we now discuss the project and we'll give you solutions. Primarily, we're talking with marginal fields already. We want to speak with them, advise them, and collaborate with them. So collaboration now came in. And once you're collaborating with people, they tend to trust you because you give them advice and they're able to also support you to deliver those results. That's how it's been, and till presently now that we are doing integrated solutions and construction activities.
Polaris Integrated and Geosolutions Limited continue to grow organically, delivering exceptional services to various clients, including Zen Oil Limited, Dover Engineering, Watersmith Petroman Oil Limited, New Cross Exploration, Nigeria Gas Company, and Seplat Energies.